Morning. We're going to go ahead and get started. We are a couple minutes behind schedule. Good morning. Welcome to the Kent County Board of Commissioners Finance Committee. We'll get started and get right into public comment if there's anyone from the public that wishes to comment. Good morning.
I'll wait till it quiets down for the hospitality that I give everyone. All right, cool. How you doing, everybody? I'm D. Jones, passionate entrepreneur and visionary. I just wanted to say I gave you guys a handout. So I spoke at GRCC at this conference where it was over 1,000 African-American students there. Here you see the classroom where I lectured a bunch of African-American students. The classroom was so full that the kids were sitting on the back ledge. As you can see, every seat was full and filled. So I wanted to show you guys this picture because I know I speak a lot about esports and gaming and crypto and NIL and content creation and shoutcasting and video games, but I want you guys to see firsthand the power and impact that I can have. I know this is the kind of power and impact in a room like this that politicians would love to be able to say, I had this kind of speak and talk with this kind of youth, especially young African-American youth. I wanted to show you guys this picture because these kids are like, they had a love and passion for traditional sports and esports. And I want you guys to remember that if we can increase access to everyone, these African-Americans youth, people of color, and all students across Kent County, that our county would truly be better. It'd be truly a better ethical county where everybody can thrive. And so you guys see how full this room is at the GRCC at the Gerald R. Ford. I was at the auditorium at the Gerald R. Ford. That's one of my favorite presidents. And his birthday is 4 days after mine. And so just understand the power and passion that doing something cool and innovative, what it can do and how it can fill up a room and how you can inspire the next generation of youth. Also, you have the document and the letter that I got from the United Nations. I booked my flight, so I am going to speak to the United Nations. This is the official letter that I got from the United Nations. And then the last doc is the crypto summit that Donald Trump is going to be doing. I know you guys seen that on Sunday. He announced that he's going to be doing the federal U.S. crypto reserve. So I know that a lot of you guys are Republicans and you guys can advocate for crypto for our community and the benefits. I know I gave you guys documents where you see that you can adopt crypto and it wouldn't increase our taxes and that we can get tax revenues from crypto without increasing the county's taxes. What government wouldn't love to have tax revenues without increasing taxes of their citizens and the people that they serve? So I want you guys to remember that D. Jones is the first person to come speak to you guys about esports, about crypto. I'm not probably the first person to speak to you about equitable, innovative economic development, but I am doing this, and I want you guys to remember that you guys have me as somebody that would love to come to the state of the county, to come listen to the state of the county, because I know I'm going to change Kent County, and I already have. Also, I'd like to shout out Ottawa Hills High School because I connected them to the Michigan High School Esports Federation. They actually won their first match in history of the school. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else from the public wishing to comment? Seeing no one else, we'll move on to item number 3, the consent agenda. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion. Support.
Moved by Commissioner Oliver King, supported by Commissioner Halstead. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes. Takes us on to our agenda items. Item A.
Yes, action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve the granting of an easement for property currently reserved for parks purposes to Emmons Lake Drainage District under the jurisdiction of the Kent County Drain Commission to construct a detention basin. Summary: Kent County is the owner of a vacant property bearing parcel 41-23-32-503-001, located at 10079 Cherry Valley Avenue Southeast, Caledonia Township. This property is reserved for use by the Parks Department. This property was acquired as part of the property acquisition of the Paul Henry Thornapple Trail. However, for safety reasons, the trail follows the right-of-way of 100th Street to cross Cherry Valley with M37 at the protected intersection before continuing south on the east side of M37. Kent County Parks have reviewed the property with Caledonia leadership and confirmed there are no future trailer park uses for the property. The The parcel does contain a small portion of current Paul Henry Thornapple Trail, and the easement will not disturb the trail or preclude the Parks Department from maintaining, repairing, replacing the trail now or in the future. The Drain Commissioner proposes to construct a flood storage capacity on a portion of this land. The Parks Department has no objections to the proposed easement over this property to construct a detention basin as long as it does not interfere with the trail component. Prior to construction, the Drain Commissioner will provide the plans for excavation for review and approval by the Parks Department. There is no cost associated with obtaining the easement other than the recording fees. Assistant Corporate Counsel will review and approve all documents as to form prior to execution.
Is there a motion for this item? Moved by Commissioner Oliver King, supported by Commissioner Steck. Are there questions or comments on this item? Commissioner Steck.
Thank you, Chair. Just a quick question. I support this, but I'm just wondering, in general, what is our process for dispossessing public land if we no longer need it? Sorry.
Typically, we would, I'm just thinking because we do it so infrequently, but we would typically put it out for proposal. We would seek proposals unless it's the type of land that is very tiny. And I'm thinking back to the land bank days when they would end up with a percentage of property that really wasn't usable. It was like a 50-foot strip next to someone's house. So you would get maybe proposals from the neighbors. But Linda, have we done much of this or?
When a department identifies property that they no longer need for whatever reason, Al's right, if it is just a non-conforming lot, in other words, under local zoning, whatever locality that is, it could not be a freestanding buildable lot, chances are we will go out to any adjacent neighbor. There may be more than one, depending on the configuration of the property. We'll ask all neighbors at the same time, is anybody interested? Those little squibs may get split between neighbors, things along those lines, but it gets it back on the tax roll. If it is a usable parcel, then through purchasing, because they handle all of our surplus property under the statutes, purchasing would put it out, publish it as request for proposal, and anybody that's interested in it, neighbor or otherwise, is welcome to submit a proposal. Ultimately, those proposals come all the way back to the board because under statute, it is the board's obligation to vote to approve any encumbrance or sale of real property.
Well, that's what I thought, that at the end of the day, we approved it to buy it, we have to approve it to sell it.
Right.
And does that apply here, or is that what we're doing here?
That's exactly what
Yeah.
we're doing here because an easement is an encumbrance.
Thanks.
Any other questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The motion passes. Takes us to item B from the Treasurer's Office.
Okay, and let me just make a note before I start reading that the action request should have said $30 million, and it says $25 million. I think an attempt was made to change the number and it didn't take. And just another note that we love the new agenda flow and system, but are still acclimated to it as well. So with that, action requested, recommend to the Board of Commissioners to establish the County Delinquent Tax Revolving Fund 2025 collection account, and that's calendar 2024 delinquent real property taxes, and to authorize the sale of general obligation limited tax notes, Series 2025, in an amount not to exceed $30 million. Summary, the Board of Commissioners annually approves the establishment of a Kent County Tax Revolving Fund collection account pursuant to the provisions of PA 206 of 1893 as amended. The county has annually issued tax notes to pay local governments and itself for delinquent real property taxes since 1973. Last year, the county issued $16.675 million in Series 2024 tax notes for the delinquent 2023 real property taxes. The note proceeds are utilized by the county treasurer to purchase the right to all delinquent 2024 real property taxes that are due to any governmental unit levying taxes. The county treasurer will assess an administrative fee of 4% to cover any costs associated with this activity and an interest rate up to 1.5% of the delinquent taxes.
Is there a motion for this item? Moved by Commissioner Steck, supported by Commissioner Halsted. Any questions or comments? Commissioner Steck.
Thank you, Chair. I don't want our constituents to think that another $5 million is no big deal, give or take, right? But my understanding is that we generally collect pretty close to 100% of this, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, we're collecting, making the 2-year note whole within 18, 19 months.
All right.
So, yes. So, and the reason for the increase is we had gotten some preliminary news from our biggest local government, that the city of Grand Rapids, that their delinquents are going to be over $1 million from last year. So I was losing sleep at night thinking, oh, holy smokes, what if asking this committee and the board to borrow up to 25 million wasn't enough? Because I don't want to have to come back for, another million. So I just said, talking to staff, let's just make it easy and change it from 25 million up to 30 million. Last year, I was given up to 25 million, and we waited 30 days before we issued the note. So the 19.6 million that was delinquent, actually, the note was just a little over 16 million, because we get a lot of payments within that first 30 days. So if we hold off, the note will be much lower than what we're expecting. It's just, I don't know, I have no control over what the delinquent amount is going to be coming in from all the local units. That's one thing I have no control over. None of us have any control over.
Right, but we've been doing this for a lot of years, and history tells us that you will probably be borrowing much less than the 30 million, and recovering, once you've made the local jurisdictions whole, you'll recover up to close to 100% of that back from the
Correct.
taxpayers.
Yeah, we can go back probably 26 years, 25 years since the change of the state statute in 1999, and we've been in the black probably between 15 to 19 months on every one of these notes. I mean, it's why we're AAA bond rated, because we do a good job at it, and we're able to collect and make whole these notes.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye. Oh,
I said.
yeah.
Just really quickly, I don't know if we touch on this, but the resolution, I think, reflects what Treasurer McGregor said, 30 million, but it's at 25 million in the action request. Is that just a inconsistency? Okay.
We'll have that fixed for the board meeting.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Chair, thanks.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Takes us to item C from the Administrator's Office.
Action requested, recommend to the Board of Commissioners to appropriate $34,000 in donations for the October 2024 State of the County event to the FY 2025 Board of Commissioners General Fund budget, transfer and appropriate $34,615.49 from the FY 2025 General Fund Board of Commissioner budget in the amount of $9,615.49, and admin $25,000 budgets to the FY 2025 State of the County Special Projects Fund budget, and accept and appropriate $40,000 in estimated donations for the September 2025 State of the County event to the FY 2025 SOPC Special Projects Fund budget. I'll just put in an editorial note. We're basically setting it aside so that it can carry over year to year. Summary. Kent County received a total of $34,000 from the various Kent County business and nonprofit organizations to sponsor the October 2024 State of the County event. The FY 2025 county budget included $25,000 of general fund support, resulting in total funding of $59,000 for the event. FY 2025 expenses for the event totaled $49,384.51, leaving a funding surplus of $9,615.49. The Administrator's Office is requesting a new cost center be established and the FY 2025 surplus be transferred from the County General Fund budget to the new cost center. Additionally, it is anticipated that $40,000 in sponsorships will be pledged for the upcoming September 2025 event, which are requested to be accepted and appropriated to the Special Projects Fund budget. The County General Fund contribution of $25,000 for the September 2025 event is requested to be transferred from the admin budget.
Is there a motion for this item? Moved by Commissioner Stack. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Chair Green. Are there questions or comments on this item? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The motion carries and is passed. Takes us to item D from Human Resources.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to transfer and appropriate $496,214 in FY 2024 General Fund contingency appropriation to the funds and departments impacted by the outcome of the Management Pay Plan compensation study. Summary. Approximately 332 clerical, professional, and management positions are covered under the Management Pay Plan, the MPP pay structure. As authorized by the Board of Commissioners, the MPP administrative process provides for periodic review and adjustment of the pay structure for MPP positions. On December 5, 2024, Resolution 12-5-24-134, the Board of Commissioners approved MPP pay range changes necessary to conform MPP job classifications to market wages as revealed by a Human Resources study of current employment market conditions. The FY 2025 General Fund budget included a contingent appropriation of $500,000 to allocate to the impacted funds and departments to fund the outcome of the MPP compensation study. Of the $500,000 contingent appropriation, $496,214 is necessary to transfer and appropriate to the funds and departments listed in Exhibit A.
Is there a motion for this item? Moved by Commissioner Steck, supported by Commissioner Oliver King. Are there questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. So we'll move on to item E from the clerk/registrar's office.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to appropriate $518,000 in election reimbursements to the FY 2025 Elections General Fund budget. Summary of request: in November of 2022, Michigan voters approved a constitutional amendment that gives voters the right to vote early and in person at early voting sites before statewide and federal elections. Communities may also choose to provide early voting for local elections. A significant portion of the costs associated with early voting are paid for by the county and then reimbursed by the state and distributed to local jurisdictions. And I note one other correction to your materials. This is a mandated. It says non-mandated on the action request. It is a mandated activity.
Is there a motion for this item?
So moved.
Moved by Chair Green, supported by Commissioner Halsted. Questions or comments on this item? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Takes us to miscellaneous. Is there any commissioner miscellaneous this morning? Seeing none, that takes us to adjournment. Thank you all for being here. Have a great rest of your day.